Okay, so here's the second shape. This is called a pseudosphere.
Doesn't really look like a sphere.
No, it doesn't look like a sphere, which is, and actually this is only half of a pseudosphere. So the full pseudosphere would be this shape on one side and the kind of a mirror image on the other side. So it would come down and then go out and then have it like almost like a kink in it and then go out the other way.
Cool. Kind of looks like the end of a trumpet.
It does kind of look like the end of a trumpet. You're right. You're right.
What's these?
Now the holes in it are something that Sagerman just put in there. So the actual shape would be smooth all the way around.
Oh, okay. So I can see you it starts out as a sphere, but you kind of pull it out.
What do you mean it starts out as a sphere?
So if you had the two halves of a sphere, it would be a sphere, and then you pull these parts out.
Oh, interesting. Okay,
You
yeah.
kind of squish the middle part.
It kind of pushes the middle part in. It actually, the real shape goes all the way off to infinity, believe it or not. But I didn't print it all the way out to infinity. You know why?
It would get really thin.
Yeah, it would get really thin.
We didn't have time.
Yeah, we didn't have time either. But if I have time tomorrow, I'll do it all the way to infinity.
Yeah.
So here's an interesting question. If you can imagine this thing going all the way to infinity.
Yeah.
It has some area on the outside, like if you were going to paint it. And it has some volume on the inside, like if you were going to pour water into it.
Yeah.
What do you think about the area and the volume of this sphere shape?
Well, I think it would be the same. So if you call the kind of the diameter from here to here, if we call that n, it would be the same as a sphere with diameter n.
Oh, really? You think it has the same area and the same volume as the sphere?
Yeah.
How come? What makes you think that?
Well, because I kind of think of it as a sphere, but you're just kind of pulling it, and that would kind of increase the surface area, but I think the volume would stay the same.
Cool.
And then
Wow.
I think the surface area would go up to infinity.
You think the surface area might get larger and go get all the way to infinity?
Yeah. It's cool.
Yeah, it turns out, it's interesting. It's very hard to understand these sort of infinitely long shapes, but it turns out that it has a finite surface area and also a finite volume, so you could actually paint it if you had a ladder that was infinitely tall, I guess. And if you were going to pour water into it, it would hold a
Finite amount of water.
not an infinite amount of water, but a finite amount of water. So it's a neat shape, and it's actually a really important shape in math because it has a property that it curves. It has negative curvature, but that's something we'll have to talk about in a couple of years.
Okay.
A little bit different. So it's a cool shape. So any last thoughts on that shape?
Not really. Just kind of the curve